The NBA Finals are the Lakers to lose officially now. After an intense Game 4, LA has come out on top to take a 3-1 series lead, now only one win away from their 17th championship in their history. A player who is looking for his 4th career title these playoffs is LeBron James, and so far these NBA Finals, he has been quite impressive. But there is still a lot of debate over whether he's locked up the Finals MVP or if his teammate Anthony Davis is likely to steal it off him. That's not what I'm here to talk about today though. There's one thing that I've noticed with LeBron James whilst watching these NBA playoffs, and when he does it, the Lakers are almost impossible to stop. I saw him do it in Game 4 today, and it's why I believe the Lakers got the win and now hold a commanding advantage in this series. Before we start, if you're new here and enjoy the video, be sure to subscribe for more NBA content like this. I'm trying to hit 15,000 subscribers by the end of the year, so all support would be greatly appreciated. Anyway, with that all being said, let's talk about LeBron James. LeBron was fantastic in Game 4. He dropped 28 points on 50% shooting from the field and 40% shooting from 3, and nearly collected a triple-double, finishing the game with 12 rebounds and 8 assists as well. He didn't really start to get going until the second half, however, as all of a sudden after halftime, he turned it on and made it his mission to ensure the Lakers would not lose. And that brings me to the main point of this video. I talked about it in my preview video before this series started, and I'll go over what I said then now. LeBron James needed to step up this series and become more aggressive, particularly down the stretch, because when he does, it impacts the Lakers in a majorly positive way. For example, in Game 2 of the Western Conference Finals, LeBron James went out firing and had 20 points in the first half. However, he for some reason stopped attacking after that first half and finished the game with only 26 points, as Denver nearly pulled off the comeback and win, as he was saved by an Anthony Davis buzzer beater. However, if you look at what he did in Game 5, where he became way more aggressive offensively and started targeting mismatches, and he tried driving through the lane more consistently, it paid off, as the Lakers went on to comfortably earn a spot in the NBA Finals. In the NBA Finals, we can see this too. LeBron was extremely passive in the final quarter, and it cost the Lakers heavily. After the 9th minute in the 4th quarter in Game 3, LeBron only scored 2 points on a dunk, he missed 3 threes, and he committed 4 of his total 8 turnovers for the game. He rarely looked to attack the basket and take on Miami's defense during that late stretch, and considering Anthony Davis was struggling with fouls and none of his role players were knocking down shots very well, he really should have stood up and attempted to take over that game. Then you look at Game 4 today. As I said earlier, LeBron was pretty average in the first half, and the Lakers in general were too, not stamping their authority on the game early like they normally do after a loss. However, that all turned around after halftime, and LeBron looked to take over the game. He hit 2 deep threes early in the 3rd and got a momentum shifting and one on Jay Crowder, which was huge for the Lakers' confidence. Instead of settling for threes or passing it on to an open teammate, he looked to take on the defense and started attacking the basket a lot more, even getting Davis to clear out to allow him to do so. He also turned it on defensively, taking the Butler matchup. It was clear he wanted to make the big defensive plays. He wanted to dominate offensively, and when he does this, it is very hard to slow him down. It's why LeBron is considered as the GOAT to some. Moments like that. Overall, LeBron turned on his tunnel vision in Game 4 and powered the Lakers to a critical victory in this series, essentially taking the life out of the hard-fighting Miami team with a fantastic game themselves. This is basically what I'm trying to say here. When LeBron is aggressive, the Lakers typically win and close out tight games like Game 4 today. When he isn't as aggressive down the stretch in a close game, like he did in Game 3, it hurts the Lakers. The Lakers lost that Game 3, and though I don't want to put all the blame on LeBron, AD was also poor, and the other starters weren't hitting shots, he really should have stepped up and started attacking more in that situation. Thankfully, he did that in Game 4, and the Lakers are almost NBA champions. Now I get LeBron always wants to make the right basketball play over a personal play, but sometimes he just needs to take players on and be the number one guy for the Lakers down the stretch, offensively and defensively. I'm not trying to hate on LeBron here, nor am I trying to say he isn't clutch or is scared of the big moments, because that obviously isn't true. I am just trying to show you that when he does step up and becomes more aggressive, it is much better for his team than when he is not. Hopefully that all makes sense. Overall though, this series is looking over now. I'm glad Miami have stepped up the last couple games and made things a lot more interesting than what games 1 and 2 were. But I think when LeBron turns it on like he did in the third quarter and in part of the fourth, it is very hard for the Lakers to be stopped. Again, credit where credit is due, Miami have been able to put up a fight, but I think the Lakers have this in the bag. Today's game, Game 3, and Game 5 of the Western Conference Finals have proved to me that LeBron is truly the biggest X factor for the Lakers, and how aggressive he is offensively and defensively late in games will be the deciding factor for whether the Lakers win or lose a close game like they did today. And that will conclude the video. What do you guys think of this? Do you think LeBron's aggressiveness, or lack thereof sometimes, makes or breaks the Lakers in a close game like today? Let me know all your thoughts on this down in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to drop it a like and subscribe. But with that all being said, I am out. Peace.